be a voice and a face for the little kids that we were that never had a face and voice to talk about what happened in our childhood. I plan to go out there and do something positive with this. Continue to put a face and voice on this silent epidemic so others will come forward and not be ashamed to be able to find the courage and strength to speak out about this. And that's how I began to find my purpose in life. A purpose to go out there, reclaim my voice, speak out on this, and looking back on my childhood, realize what was missing. Where was I failed in my childhood, this little kid that I was, that was labeled BD, had all the warning signs? What was missing? Well, I wrote my little diary one time, and I'm going to read to you here. Just after being sexually abused by my cousin, I walked home and sobbed the entire way. Over and over in my head, I thought about what just happened. In school, a guy called Officer Friendly teaches us about stranger danger. Never answer the door when your parents aren't home. I thought people like Brian jumped out of bushes and attacked you at night. I was never warned about my own family. They don't teach us that in school. Looking back in those key little words that I wrote as a sixth grader, realized that they don't teach us that in school. They teach us tornado drills, bus drills, fire drills. They teach us all about stranger danger. But majority of the time, children are sexually abused by someone we know, by someone they love and trust. So I realized I wanted to go after something. I wanted to go after educating kids. As you look at the statistics, 1 in 4 girls, 1 in 6 boys be sexually abused by the time they're 18 years old. I remember looking at that statistic, learning it in high school, and looking around my English class, realizing somebody can relate with me right now with what has happened. 73% of children do not tell within the first year of being sexually abused. 45% don't tell after 5 years. Kids keep silent. And why do they stay silent? Because we don't educate them. The one message they are getting constantly when they're being sexually abused is from their perpetrator. And their perpetrator is not telling them, now go run off and tell your mom what I just did. Go run off and tell your teacher what I did to you last night. No, they're threatening the kids. This is our little secret. Threatening them with violence. I'll kill you. I'll kill your parents. I'll hurt your siblings. So these kids remain silent. And as so many of you know in this room, a lot of these kids stay silent until they're adults. Never facing the realities of what happened when they were children because they did not have a voice. And so often by the time they're adults, statute of limitations is up. These perpetrators have gone on to hurt many more children. Which is why I think it is so important that we educate kids on this. There's an estimated 42 million people here in America alone that have been affected by sexual abuse. 3 million of those are children. That can fill 46 football stadiums. Imagine that visual for a moment of 46 national football stadiums filled with kids that have been sexually abused. It's an issue we all would just like to turn the other way because it's just too horrific to imagine. But it's the truth that is going on, not only here in America, but around this world. And as I said, 93% of the time, kids are sexually abused by someone they love and trust. Yet you know what I heard every time in elementary school? From preschool all the way up to 6th grade, was warned about stranger danger. The same video would play over and over again of this scary individual, long beard, rusty van, pulling up, asking, want some candy? Don't take candy from the stranger. That same man walking up the sidewalk with the leash. Have you seen my lost puppy? But as we all know, these people often are these scummy looking people in our society. There's oftentimes these people are good citizens that we trust with our kids, or often a family member, someone you think would be incapable of harming someone they're related to. 7% of the time, it's the stranger. Yet that's one thing we focus on in schools, is that stranger. And 6 to 8% of the time, children are sexually abused by someone in their own family. You don't want to think it's possible, but as you guys all know, you probably come across it day in and day out. And it's often someone in the family that is sexually abusing the kid.